What if the pyramids are not what we have always been told? Why do their measurements match the earth so perfectly? Yet we are told they were built with primitive tools. And if they were really just tombs, why has not a single mummy ever been found inside them? The pyramids are not the tombs of pharaohs. They are proof of a much older, highly advanced civilization. They show us that human history has unfolded very differently than we are led to believe, holding knowledge about energy, consciousness, and the universe that is still hidden from us today. The pyramids are not just relics of the past. They are keys to a truth that could forever change the way we see ourselves. Let's dive into the greatest mystery of the pyramids and the wisdom they have left behind. But first, a warm welcome on my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Soyadaya Krupp. I am a spiritual medium, I'm a spiritual healer and Vedic astrologer, helping people activate their own spiritual abilities and help them to heal and discover more about themselves. Science tells us that the pyramids of Giza are nothing more than grand tombs for the pharaohs. We are told that Pharaoh Khufu built them around 2500 BCE. In just 20 years using copper tools and wooden sleds. But does this theory really hold up under closer examination? There is no real evidence that the Great Pyramid of Khufu was ever used as a tomb. No mummies has ever been found inside. No sarcophagus containing human remains. No hieroglyphs describing its construction or dedicating it to a pharaoh. If this was truly meant to be a royal tomb, then where are the remains? Why are there no typical inscriptions like those found in other burial chambers throughout Egypt? The ancient Egyptians documented almost everything, from the construction of small temples to everyday life. Yet for their so-called greatest masterpiece, there is not a single contemporary record describing how it was built. There is no hieroglyph explaining how the massive stone blocks were transported or stacked. Isn't that strange? And then there is the incredible precision with which the pyramids were constructed. Some of the stone blocks in the Great Pyramid weighed over 50 tons, and they were placed so precisely that not even a piece of paper fits between them. With copper chisels, in just 20 years, even modern architects say that recreating the Great Pyramid with today's technology would be extremely difficult. The Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned perfectly to the cardinal directions, with an arrow marching of only 0.05 degrees. A level of precision that even modern buildings struggle to achieve. And here's something even more incredible. The measurements of the pyramid align mysteriously with the dimensions of the Earth. If you multiply its height by 1 billion, you get a number almost exactly matching the Earth's circumference. Coincidence? Or did the builders of the pyramids have a far greater understanding of mathematics, energy, and the universe than we have ever imagined? How could a civilization that supposedly lived 4,500 years ago make such precise calculations? And why does mainstream science ignore these contradictions? We are told that the pyramids of Giza were built around 2500 BCE, making them about 4,500 years old. But this claim is false. The pyramids are far older, belonging to an era that existed long before the known Egyptian civilization. The truth is, human history is much older than we are led to believe, and the pyramids are undeniable proof of that. Geological studies show that the Sphinx was eroded by heavy rainfall, the kind that last occurred in Egypt over 10,000 years ago. This means that the pyramids of Giza are the remains of a civilization that existed at least 20,000 years ago, and probably even older. The ancient Egyptians did not build these structures, they inherited them. They never claimed to have built the pyramids themselves. The official history is a deliberate distortion of the truth. And this is not an isolated case. There are pyramids all over the world that are older than any known civilization. In Indonesia, the Gunung Padang step pyramid has been analyzed with its oldest layers dating between 60,000 to 25,000 years old. While mainstream science tells us that humans were still primitive hunter-gatherers, there were already cultures building massive monuments, structures that even we today could not replicate. If the pyramids were not built by the ancient Egyptians, then who built them? And what were they really used for? The history we are taught in schools is a lie. They desperately cling to the false belief that the pyramids are only 4,500 years old, because if that story collapses, then the entire mainstream historical narrative falls apart. If we were to admit that there were highly advanced civilizations long before the Egyptians, it would change everything we believe about our origins. The truth is, the pyramids are not tombs. They are the key to a hidden past, a past that proves humanity is far older than we are told, and that it once possessed knowledge and technology far beyond what we are allowed to know today. The pyramids are built on principles that appear throughout nature, the universe, and even in the structure of the human body. Their measurements are not random. They follow a universal blueprint. One of these cosmic constants is pi, a fundamental number that defines the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. It is infinite, non-repeating, and appears in countless natural structures, from spiral galaxies to the vibrations of light and energy. If you divide the circumference of the Great Pyramid by twice its height, since its energy extends just as far into the earth as it does above, you get 3.1415, exactly pi. Coincidence? Or did the builders already have a deep understanding of the mathematical laws of the universe? But that's not all. The proportions of the pyramid also reflect the golden ratio, the mathematical order found in our DNA, in plant growth, and even the structure of galaxies. Whoever built the pyramids did not just understand geometry, they understood the universal principles upon which the entire cosmos is built. And then there's another fact that proves that the pyramids were precisely aligned with cosmic and planetary laws. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands almost exactly at the geographical center of all land masses on Earth. It is positioned at the point where north-south and east-west align perfectly, as if someone had deliberately chosen the ideal location to create an energetic center. All of this proves that the builders of the pyramids were not just an advanced civilization that stumbled upon mathematical principles. They had access to knowledge that aligned with universal laws. The pyramids are not just energy portals. They are mathematical and cosmic resonators built according to the divine order. And this is exactly why this truth is still being suppressed today, but not for much longer. The pyramids of Giza are not just monumental structures, they are energetic transformers, designed according to the principles of secret geometry, electromagnetism, and earth energy. They were built at exactly calculated locations that align with the so-called ley lines of the planet. These invisible energy lines run across the Earth, connecting significant power sites like Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, and the temple complex of Angkor Wat. Just as Nikola Tesla understood that the Earth itself is a massive energy conductor, the builders of the pyramids also knew how to tap into this energy. Pyramids are not just architectural masterpieces, they are energy generators. Their design follows electromagnetic principles that are still used in modern science today. Their energy system is based on 3 key factors. Beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza, there are underground water streams flowing through the rock. Flowing water generates an electrical charge, a principle we use today in hydroelectric power plants. Just like modern energy grids, the pyramid may have absorbed and amplified this natural energy field. The King's Chamber inside the Great Pyramid of Giza is built from high-frequency conductive granite, which contains a high percentage of quartz crystals. Quartz has piezoelectric properties, meaning that when put under pressure, it creates an electrical charge. The same principle used in quartz watches, microphones, and high-frequency technology today. And I also use quartz for my energy pendants, you might know. The massive weight of the stones above the king's chamber generates enormous pressure on the granite, which in turn releases electrical voltage. The pyramids were not just tombs. They were energy devices built with an understanding of universal frequencies, natural forces, and electromagnetic technology. Together with the underground water streams, the pyramids create a resonance system that amplifies the Earth's natural electromagnetic field and converts it into usable energy. The pyramidal shape is no coincidence. It is a perfect resonator for electromagnetic waves. Its precise alignment with the cardinal directions, its proportions based on the golden ratio, and the arrangement of its chambers allow the generated energy to be concentrated and transmitted. But this energy was not limited to the Earth. The pyramids are not isolated structures. They are directly connected to the Earth energy grid and the energetic pathways of the universe. These ley lines connect all major power sites across the planet: Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, Angkor Wat, and so on. Countless other sacred, special places are deliberately built at these powerful nodal points. The pyramids of Giza stand exactly on one of these points, but the connection goes far beyond Earth. Pyramidal structures exist throughout the universe. NASA and various space probes have discovered pyramid-like formations on other planets and moons that cannot be explained by natural processes. On the dwarf planet Ceres, NASA's Dawn space probe detected a 6-kilometer high pyramid that stands out sharply from its surroundings. On planet Mars, in the region of Cydonia Mensae, NASA's Viking 1 probe photographed several pyramidal-shaped structures in the year 1976, geometrically perfect, aligned to mathematical patterns, just like those pyramids on Earth. And later, NASA missions tried to dismiss these formations as natural, but their symmetrical arrangement and their precise alignment contradict these claims. These structures are not random. Extraterrestrial civilizations have long confirmed that pyramids exist far beyond Earth and that they are part of an interplanetary energy network. Pyramids are not just buildings. They are cosmic energy generators and antennas, interacting with the electromagnetic fields of their respective planets. They were built according to universal principles that are known throughout the cosmos. The knowledge of pyramids is interplanetary and interdimensional. It was never limited to Earth. If we accept the pyramids exist everywhere, that they are part of a global and cosmic energy system, then we must ask, who built them? Why was the knowledge erased from our history? And who benefits from keeping humanity in ignorance to this day? The truth is, the pyramids are undeniable proof that humanity's true history is very different from what we have been told. The pyramids are directly connected to the Earth's electromagnetic field and its natural energy grid. They were precisely built on energy nodes that resonate with the natural vibrations of the Earth. This design is not a coincidence. It follows a deep understanding of frequencies, energy transmission, and the structure of the universe. Nikola Tesla rediscovered this exact principle and applied it through his Wardenclyffe Tower. His goal was to enable wireless energy transmission by tapping into the Earth's natural electromagnetic currents, just like the builders of the pyramids. Tesla deliberately built his tower over an underground water reservoir to use the conductive water layers for energy transmission, the exact same concept found beneath the pyramids of Giza. The pyramids were never randomly placed. They were part of a global energy system that went far beyond what we understand today as conventional electricity. They generated, stored, and transmitted energy, completely independent of fossil fuels. There were high-tech energy stations, utilizing knowledge that has been intentionally hidden from us today. And this is where the great secret lies. If free energy existed in ancient times, why was this knowledge erased from our history? Tesla's mission was to make free energy available to all of humanity, without wires, without centralized power grids, directly from the Earth itself. But this knowledge was suppressed. The pyramids were never mere tombs. They were gigantic energy transformers interacting with the Earth's natural electromagnetic field. And if Tesla truly harnessed the principle, then we must ask, how old is this knowledge really? And why was it so carefully erased from our history? The pyramids of Giza were not randomly placed. They are precisely aligned with the Orion belt. This arrangement is not an architectural coincidence. It follows a cosmic order. The three main pyramids of Giza perfectly mirror the positions of the three belt stars of Orion, Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. The Earth-Orion connection is deeply embedded in the history of humanity. Many souls who have incarnated on Earth today originally lived in the Orion system in past lifetimes. The pyramids serve as energetic portals. They are not just physical structures, but keys to remembering our galactic heritage. However, the pyramids of Giza are not the only structures connected to Orion. All over the world, pyramids and temples complexes have been aligned with specific star constellations. In Mexico, the pyramids of Teotihuacan also mirror the Orion belt pattern. The ancient civilizations knew that these structures were more than monuments. They were energy transmitters and receivers, resonating with the frequencies of the cosmos. But the pyramids of Giza hold yet another secret. The measurements are directly connected to the Earth itself. Multiply their height by 43,200,000. You get almost exactly the polar radius of the Earth. Multiply their base perimeter by the same factor. You get the circumference of the Earth. These numbers are not a coincidence. They reflect the precise geometry and deep knowledge embedded in their construction. This reveals that the pyramids are far more than architectural wonders. They are part of a galactic network, preserving our connection to the universe. Who really built them, and what knowledge was behind their creation? This is one of the greatest suppressed truths of our time. But more and more people are beginning to remember. The pyramids of Giza are not just physical structures. They are energetic portals that expand consciousness and enable interdimensional travel. The king's chamber in the Great Pyramid was never used as a tomb. It was designed as a high-frequency resonance field that enabled deep trance states and astral travel. Resonance measurements of the king's chamber show that it amplifies vibrations and can activate specific frequencies within the body. The so-called sarcophagus inside the chamber, the king's chamber, is not a tomb. It was never sealed. It contains no hieroglyphs. It shows no evidence of burial usage. Instead, it is made of solid Aswan granite, a material with a high quartz content, known for its energy transmission and frequency-enhancing properties. In ancient times, priests and initiates used the pyramid for interdimensional journeys, astral travel. They would lie inside the sarcophagus, enter a deep trance state, and separate their consciousness from the body to connect with higher dimensions, star civilizations, or their higher self. The pyramid acted as a frequency generator, stabilizing the astral body and enhancing the connection to other realms. The Great Pyramid was not just an energetic wonder, it was a spiritual initiation tool. Those who entered the king's chamber could experience profound contact with their higher self, undertake astral journeys, and receive knowledge beyond the earthly realm. The pyramids of Giza are a direct clue to our cosmic origins. They are aligned with a precision beyond what a so-called primitive culture could achieve. Their orientation reveals even more. They are not only in resonance with the Orion's belt, but also with the Sirius star system, one of the most important points in human history. The ancient Egyptians referred Sirius as the star of the gods. In their traditions, Sirius was the origin of those who brought knowledge, created civilization, and advanced the spiritual evolution of humanity. The heliacal rising of Sirius marked the annual flooding of the Nile, an event that determined life and death and was seen as a direct connection to the gods. But this connection was far more than just observing a star. The Syrian beings were an advanced extraterrestrial civilization that directly interacted with the early high cultures of Earth. They brought knowledge of energy, sacred geometry, interdimensional travel, and spiritual evolution. In Egypt, they left behind their knowledge in monuments, in celestial alignments, and initiation techniques. The pyramids of Giza are direct relics of the collaboration. They were not just physical structures, but energetic portals, bridging star civilizations and Earth. The alignment of the pyramids suggests that they were built according to precise astronomical principles, resonating with these star systems. Orion and Sirius were not just guiding points in the sky, they were energy nodes for spiritual connection and communication. The builders of the pyramids knew that these structures were not just for the physical plane, they were also meant for interdimensional and interstellar connections. This knowledge predates ancient Egypt. The descendants of Atlantis who came to Egypt after the fall of their civilization carried the wisdom of the Syrians forward. They were the last initiates who had access to this advanced understanding of energy and cosmic harmony. The pyramids were built as energetic nodes, preserving access to this ancient wisdom. But why has this truth been hidden? Why is Sirius now described as just a distant star, when ancient cultures recognized it as the home of those who guided and taught humanity? Who benefits from keeping us from remembering who we truly are? The pyramids are evidence of our connection to the stars, and they contain a message that is now returning to our awareness. The pyramids of Giza are more than just structures. They are living resonators, holding a message for humanity. They were built with a level of knowledge far beyond what modern science is willing to admit. Their exact alignment with Orion and Sirius, their mathematical relationship to Earth, and their energetic function prove that they were not built for a past civilization alone. They were created for humanity's entire journey of evolution. This knowledge was never meant for a single era. It is timeless and was meant to be rediscovered when humanity was ready. And that is happening now. More and more people feel drawn to the pyramids, sensing a connection or receiving intuitive insights they never had before. Why? Because we are entering an age of awakening. The pyramids are still active. They emit frequencies. They store energy and information that has been preserved for thousands of years. But these records are not only encoded in the stones, They are deeply embedded in the Earth energy field. And there is one more place where this knowledge has been preserved, beneath the Sphinx. The Library of Amenti, also known as the Hall of Records, is a hidden archive from a time when Earth was still in direct contact with the star civilizations. This sacred place will help us uncover the full history of humanity, not the distorted version found in textbooks, but the truth about our cosmic origins, our true potential, and our connection to other dimensions. The emerald tablets of thought speak of this library as a secret place where the knowledge of the star nations, Atlantis, and the mysteries of spiritual evolution was preserved. Amenti was a gateway for the initiates of the ancient mysteries to connect with the true source of wisdom. This knowledge is not hidden forever. Many believe that access to the Library of Amenti is granted only to those who are spiritually ready to receive it. It is not an ordinary room made of stone. It is an energetic chamber that can only be entered in an expanded state of consciousness. This means that the information cannot simply be found. It reveals itself only to those who resonate with its frequency. There are already people who have access to this knowledge, slowly bringing it back into the collective consciousness of humanity. Likewise, the crystal skulls are involved in the activation of the wisdom. This knowledge is becoming stronger. It can no longer remain hidden for much longer. Humanity is beginning to remember, and the pyramids are part of this awakening. But not everyone will find access. Not because it is being kept secret, but because only one's own frequency determines whether it can be received. The Library of Amenti is not a physical place that can simply be entered. It is an energetic key that only opens for those who align with its frequency. Those who tune in, who open their consciousness, and who elevate themselves to a higher level will gain access, not by searching, but by simply being. And the crystal skulls, the frequency codes of the pyramids, the ancient light libraries, all of this is connected. Everything is already here, but only those who align their frequency, who consciously remember, who transcend the limitations of the old world, will receive what has always been there. The question is no longer whether we are ready. The question is whether we remember and adjust our frequency to access what lies beyond the veils. Because everything is already here. The only question is, do you resonate with it? So thank you so much for listening. Share this video with your community, and do not forget, I love you.